Welcome back to Web Cafe AI, where we do daily artificial intelligence videos for your personal and business life. In today's video, we're going to be showing you the top 4 things you need to know about when doing artificial intelligence and automation when it comes to social media management. The platforms we're going to be using today are going to be Zapier and OpenAI. And as you see here, Zapier has a ton of abilities when connecting and integrating with different social media apps. Right off the bat, the first thing you should know about when it comes to automation and social media management is the limitations associated with each app. Just to point out some fundamental ones, when looking at YouTube, we are able to post shorts, we are able to post regular videos and that kind of content. In order to post media on Instagram, you will need Instagram for Business integration. On top of that though, you can only publish photos currently through automation on Instagram. This is due to the fact that Instagram currently does not allow us to access their API when it comes to video uploading. On top of this, TikTok currently does not allow for video uploading either. Their integrations is more oriented towards marketing, such as lead conversion and so on. If you're curious about learning more of the capabilities of an underlying social media app, all it requires you to do is simply click the app. You can scroll down here and you'll be able to see the triggers and actions, and this will show you everything that is capable with that underlying social media app. Therefore, whatever social media apps that are currently operating within your business, check out Zapier apps and see what automations currently integrate with their backend. That being said, some social media apps allow more access to their APIs, therefore allowing us to do more things. As you saw Twitter, there was a ton of different things we could do with Twitter, but with stuff like Instagram for Business, there are very limited actions we are able to do within their API calls. Here's the second most important thing to know about social media management and automation, and that's going to be your ability to understand the paths block. A lot of the times when you do social media management, due to the fact that you want it automated and you want essentially whatever post is going to incur, it happens without you even needing to be there, you're going to be using a scheduler block. So let's just use a schedule block of every day. I'm going to continue here. We do the time of day. Let's just say we set that every day we want to post at 11 a.m. Continue here, test this trigger. Now, typically social media schedules are split up into days, such as maybe we only post on Monday, Friday, Sunday. So instead of us making a trigger where essentially we do every week and then we choose the day of the week, Monday, time of day, and choosing it this way, we can go ahead and do the trigger of every day. But let's go ahead and set up a paths block so we can go ahead and associate the days with different pieces of content. That is why this comes in as number 2, because this allows us to do 3 different zaps within one zap, therefore really cleaning up the amount of zaps we have overall on our profile. We're going to choose paths here, and we're going to go ahead and have the ability to essentially add 5 different paths, but in this context, that would be 5 different posting days. So what I mean by that essentially is, let's say for path 1, we only want to post on Mondays. What we can do here is we can choose pretty day of the week exactly matches Monday. So essentially, this will make it that when it triggers at 11 a.m. every single day, it wouldn't be able to proceed past this unless it was Monday. Really good stuff. Furthermore, if it triggered on the correct day, so for example, today is Sunday, we can go ahead and say exactly matches Sunday. It will go ahead and proceed. Sorry, I meant to say Saturday, because today is Saturday, today is not Sunday, so I'm going to go ahead and do this again, and it should be green check marks. And there you go. What this means in this context is that this trigger will incur every single day on Monday at 11 a.m., but will only pass through on Monday and Saturday because we identified that within the paths. We can always add more paths here. There is a max of 5 blocks here, and that is why this is number 2 on importance for social media management. Number 3 for social media management is understanding how to make captions using artificial intelligence, and this is going to encompass a ChatGPT block. I'm going to do the event of conversation. And continue here. We choose our account. Now, if you're not familiar with ChatGPT and OpenAI and integrating that into Zapier's backend, go ahead and check out that video right there as we do a full breadth 40-minute tutorial showing you everything you need to know about AI automation. But without further ado, let's go ahead and structure a caption for a specific company. So there's a couple of stuff we want to do here. First thing we're going to do here is we're going to say you are a social media manager. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to upper model to GPT-4. It is possible to do this with 3.5. The outputs might not be as reliable, but we're going to go ahead and show you a little trick here to make sure outputs become reliable. And that is going to be your memory key. Essentially, a memory key is going to allow us to maintain consistent outputs, so there isn't variables such as, let's say within this prompting, we want to make sure there's no emojis. There isn't a random emoji that incurs 3 days down the line, since we have a memory key that locks in our specific type of formatting. We're going to go ahead and say social caption. This can be a random string of 32 characters, and then we can go ahead and start here. This is going to be our user prompt. Essentially, this is the prompt engineering. We're going to say context. We are a company called Web Cafe AI. We offer services for AI automation. So this is where you put the context of your underlying company. This can be a couple sentences. Essentially, you want to give as much context as possible so that the underlying social media manager, as we identified here with assistant instructions, knows what's occurring here. We're going to say generate a social media caption. Now, this can go a couple different ways. Depending on where you want to generate the social media caption for, is always important to identify the platform. Now, let's say you're doing a block here that does multiple platforms within one string, then you'd kind of want to format that a little bit differently due to the fact of character limits and really understanding the limitations of this underlying platform. That being said, though, let's go ahead and show you two cool tricks here on how to make sure we can generate a caption for two different platforms. We're going to do Twitter and we're going to do Instagram. We're going to say generate a social media caption showcasing the benefits of our services. We're going to say parameters have one line for a Instagram caption, one line for a Twitter caption. Go ahead and change this here real quick, and then let's go ahead and just generate this. Let's see what it looks like. We may need to restructure it. Go ahead, test action. Now, when it comes to prompt engineering, there is a lot more we can do here. I'm going to go ahead and just add one more thing here. As you see here, we got Instagram caption, we got a Twitter caption. One thing I'm going to do here in order to really showcase this ability here, which we're going to say have one line for Instagram caption. I'm going to say make two sentences long, and then we're going to go ahead and say for this one, make max 200 characters, as we want to follow within the parameters of the guidelines of the platform. One other thing I'm going to do here is going to say generate a social media caption showcasing the benefits of the services, no text before or after. So this is a helpful little slogan here that's going to ensure that you don't have those quotation marks. Sometimes maybe there is, you know, that Instagram caption, Twitter caption, maybe I don't want that in the outputs. This is just a little trick here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a 1 to the memory key. We want to refresh it because of the fact that we don't want a similar output. We want to find a different kind of output here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and keep them like this. In theory, I probably would have kept restructuring this until I didn't have these here. But due to the fact that I really want to show you a full breadth of what is capable here, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of formatting blocks in order to remove this, clean this, and have it ready to go. Go ahead and add a block here. I'm going to do formatter by Zapier here. I'm going to do an event of text. So typically when dealing with ChatGPT outputs, you will call upon a formatter block. This is going to be very helpful with, manipulating the underlying data on an output. I'm going to go ahead and change this to replace. And essentially the text I'm going to input here is going to be that output right here. But actually I want to do one other thing. So essentially what's occurring here is you see this data is outputted as one block. And let me just go ahead and just explain what that means real quick. So if I went ahead and made an Instagram block here, let's do Instagram, let's do Twitter. And I went ahead and did create a tweet, hit continue. If I went ahead and put that output here, not only essentially includes the Instagram caption, right? It includes both data pieces here. So the first thing you actually want to do instead of replacing any information is we want to actually split the data. So we're going to do a split. Once we have inputted that original output here, which is coming from block 4, we're going to go ahead and use their nomenclature. So if I come over here, they essentially want us to phrase certain things in certain dictation. So the way we're going to split the data is based off new line. So I'm going to go to copy this, come back over here, continue. And then essentially your segment index here is going to be all as separate fields. Separate fields in this context is going to be basically taking these two and making it 2 separate data points. And as you see here, we have 2 separate data points now. So in theory, what I can do here is I could remove this, come to our formatted block here, and grab just the specific Twitter caption. Now, issue as you see here is that we have the underlying Twitter caption being identified, which we don't want. So we're going to add another formatted block here. We're going to do text. We're going to do an event of replace. And we're going to go ahead and just take one of these. So let's just do our Twitter. And essentially we're going to find Twitter caption, semicolon. and we're going to replace it with nothing. So we can therefore just get the underlying tweet, which is going to be everything right there. There you go. We got our tweet without the identifying variable of Twitter caption. So we're going to go ahead and come down here. And if I wanted to input that here, I can go ahead and do it there. There are some quick formatting and ChatGPT tips when it comes to social media captions. Let's understand the fourth most important thing to understand for social media management and AI automation, which is going to be specific types of apps you can start using to expedite your workload. The first one being Creator-made integrations. Essentially, this is what's going to allow you to create different orientations of your underlying videos. So what I mean by that is, let's say we have a YouTube styled video with the resolution being 16:9. Using this software, we're going to be able to take that YouTube video and automatically make it a 9:16 and therefore upload it to YouTube Shorts. The next most useful app you can use is going to be Banner. Think of Banner like Canva, but allowing us to access the API. And what I mean by that essentially is you can have preset designs with text and images, but using Banner, we're going to be able to input specific variable text and specific variable image. Therefore, in theory, you could have an Instagram post where the underlying text found on the photo is generated through AI and automatically done on that same day. So in theory, it's like having a graphic designer, but as code. The last app we can look at here is going to be Cynthia. Think of this as the ability to take AI avatars, input it with AI generated scripts, and make automatic AI videos using this platform. This is pretty cool in the sense of you're going to be able to make personalized videos for whatever context you deem is important for your business. Perfect. Those are the 4 most important things that we see for social media management and when it comes to AI automation. If you want to learn more about social media management, check out the training down below. But without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it. It's completely free and it helps us here at Web Cafe AI. If you want to learn more about automation and artificial intelligence, check out the playlist at the end of this video as we're diving into everything you need to know about this specific topic. But without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for tuning in. And yes, surprise, I'm an AI avatar. Make sure to explore more here at Web Cafe, where we demystify AI for your personal and business life. Until next time.